What's up, everybody? My name is Melanie Aguirre. I represent New York City, representing Brooklyn. I've been dancing since the age of 3. My first inspiration was my parents. My mother was a salsa dancer and a hustle dancer, and my father was a breaker, and he also used to do this style called house and huevo. I don't know if you guys know about that, but my first style that I ever learned was the hustle. My father used to teach it to me every Saturday morning at the age of 3. That was our time spent together. At the age of 6, my mom decided to put me into ballet class, jazz class, and tap. At the age of 9, she could no longer afford it, so I just used to watch music videos. I loved Paula Abdul, big Paula Abdul fan, big Janet Jackson fan. Then I got a little older and I was all about Aaliyah. Yeah, I used to love Aaliyah. I even put a jewel in my belly button to be a belly button ring, but my mom wouldn't let me get one. Anyway, at the age of 16, my grandfather used to give me allowance, and I would go to Manhattan. At the time, I lived in Staten Island. I went to Broadway Dance Center, and from then on, like, by the time I was 18 years old, I was already signed to an agency. At 18, I had to turn down Beyonce because I was actually graduating from high school. And after that, my career shot off. I started dancing for artists, and that was cool, but it made me a little unhappy. I started feeling like I was my own artist, and I had my own vision, and I started going a different direction, and I made I don't know at what age, but I made a commitment to myself that I would no longer dance for artists anymore because I was an artist. And I started to market myself as one, and I started to get booked for gigs, to do performances, and be announced by my own name, which is Melanie. As I was growing up in the scene, they used to call me Mel Dogs. I used to be a part of the Amount Boys, like Amount Girl Crew, and just a whole bunch of, like, that was just my name at the time, but my name is Melanie, and I still go by my government. And what else? I mean, I do a lot of events. I host this party called Funk Box in New York City. I do another event called Rep Your Style. It's a year old right now, and it's soaring through the roofs in New York City. It's kind of the only event in New York City that brings all types of dancers together currently, and I'm really proud of that event that I host, because it breaks down barriers, and I feel responsible, and I actually feel like I'm a bridge between the youth and the OGs, because I'm at that middle age. So I'm really honored to know OGs and still be connected to the young. What I feel about what's going on now versus what was going on then was, I feel, because I wasn't there then, but according to like my parents, my uncles that were dancers, my uncles were break dancers. Back in New York, everybody danced. There was, you know, this person's a popper, a little community of dancers. No, everybody danced, you know, whether you were technical or you weren't. So I think the difference between now is just people just dancing freely. I feel like there's probably more technical dancers, and less of a feeling and more technicality. And that's probably what separates what happened then till now. It's maybe less of a lack of feeling and just more technicality. So I still love it. I mean, the creations and then out of the box things that are people doing with their body is mind-blowing. I think one of my biggest inspirations right now is flexing. It's a dance from New York City. It's about, I think, like 12 years old, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's one of the OGs told me. The dance is incredible. If you guys haven't seen it, YouTube it. I'm telling you, I would recommend Storyboard, Havoc, Bones the Machine, Show Off, Vibes that just dance with Madonna. yo, just look it up, it'll come to you. Like, and Light Feet is another dance that's super inspirational. Honestly, I feel like it's the evolution of hip hop from New York City. It looks very much like, you know, old school hip hop, but they have like their own, you know, their own foundation and base. The dance makes me so happy, super happy, and if you could check that out as well. And as far as me, I mean, I belly dance, I samba dance, I dance salsa, I do Bollywood. I love to explore world dances, and I apply it to my freestyle so I can be out of the box and be different. And I feel like the one thing I can recommend or encourage anybody is to explore world dances and just find inspiration for that and make yourself an individual, make yourself unique, stand out. You don't have to be, you know, stick on someone else's concepts because that's their experience. Create your own. So that's my message. Peace.